welcome to the Meeple Mentor YouTube channel. I'm Jared. Today we're doing an unboxing for this two-player card game called Exceed Fighting System. This is the 7th Cross Guardians vs. Myths box from Level 99 or L99 Games. Let's look at what's on the back and then we'll get into it. It says it's a 15-minute game for 2 players, moderate skill, moderate difficulty perhaps. So Exceed brings the speed, tactics, and variety of high-stakes fighting action to life. Choose your fighter and enter the arena. There are no packs to open or rares to chase. Get everything you need to play right here. Bring your best to the battlefield with 4 new fighters from the world of 7th Cross. You got Lucia, Cirrus, Sejun, and Ayaquis. I'm sorry, I'm butchering these names. So Lucia is a superheroine who fights for justice. She uses acrobatics, her trusty chain sickles, and the mystical power of lightning. Unleash the ancient might of the Thunderbird and devastate evildoers. Cirrus hunts for treasures by summoning and commanding the spirits of the dead. His water-based magic and acrobatic prowess make him difficult to catch. Sejun wields a phenomenal power as a great spirit, tapping into eons of lost knowledge to outwit and overpower her foes. When she unleashes her true form, the very foundations of the world will shake. And then, seeking vengeance from an ancient vendetta, Ayaquis returned to life to settle the score. His martial prowess is unrivaled, and he can challenge opponents directly to raise the stakes of combat. All right, so let's open it up and see what is inside and how it looks. So again, this is a 2-player only fighting card game. And plays in 15 minutes, so should be pretty fast. All right, let's carefully open the box. It's really tight on there. I think mine got a little pinched. All right. Additional content, other games in the Exceed series. As you can see here, level 99 games. We've got a rule book that got on top folded here. So, all right, this is like one of these poster rule books. We're gonna pull this whole thing out. Watch the tutorial, card component overview, gameplay setup, and it's a big poster. So I suppose if you're, setting this up in a game section or a game room and you want to have this permanently on the wall for everybody, you can totally put it up there because it's a poster. So there's a really big overview, unnecessarily big, of the game and how the cards play out. And here's a full example of the gameplay. So I don't know why it's so big, but here it is. And that's cool. All right, because why not? Set that aside for now and then get into this. So we have some tuck boxes, so that's cool. We've got one for each of the characters, I guess, Lucia and Sejun and all these. So we'll get to put these together and then fit all of their cards inside. Let's fold and fold. And there you have it. Okay, perfect. Just like that. All right, so you'll be able to store all these cards, in their boxes, which means you're probably going to have to end up taking out the insert to get them quite to fit like that. So it can probably hold much more than just these 4 characters, as you can see. It's a pretty large box. And as it also already indicated, there's a lot of extra content and more characters, I imagine, that you can get, since you'll be able to, fight them against each other. You're talking different abilities and specials and all of that, which can be a lot of fun. So let's carefully open this up here and take a look at what some of the cards look like. So right on top, you can see this has like a nice foil. All of these are foil. That's really cool. So you got the Thunderbird, right? High quality card here. Lucia. And then on the back is her Thunderbird. You've got, so this one's just like her character card. Maybe it's, everyone has their own special character card. Yep. In addition, these must be all of her special foil and shiny cards in her name, right? So you've got The Skies Aflame, 2 copies of that, and 2 copies of Ride the Lightning. So up here you've got range, power, speed, top to bottom, and a flash I appear to defend the innocent. So before and then after. Close 4, advance 4. And then Chain Trap. This says the opponent cannot move. You can still move them. As an action, the opponent may spend 2 force. If they do, add this card to your gauge. Okay. So, you know, you've got your character card here, naturally, and some of the specials that go on there. Let's look at the next one. We've got Aequis. In the back, you've got the Dragon Slayer. That guy looks crazy. And again, all of these are foiled and very shiny. They look really cool. You got Dragon's Descent. I'll slay every last one. Hit if a copy of your attack is in your gauge. Boost or transform area, +4 power. Dragon's Roar. Do not draw or discard cards at the end of your turn. Now draw 5 cards. And you got 2 copies of that, 2 copies of Dragon's Heart, 1, 7, and 6. Vengeance will be mine. Hit, push 3, and then Swift Destruction, +4 speed. Cool. All right. We have Seijun. So there's your normal side. Your attacks have +1 guard for every 2 cards in your hand. Kyubi no Kitsune. When you exceed, draw 3 cards. Your max hand size is unlimited. At the start of each of your turns, draw a card. Tale of 7 Trials. Again, all foil, all shiny. You cannot escape the trials ahead. X is the number of cards in your hand. So for your power, up to 15. It has Heart of the Mountain, Stun Immunity. Opponents cannot move past you. And then the last 2 for her are Tale of 9 Sorrows. All things are part of the great cycle, a story eternally retold. Draw up to 5 cards with Ancient Ambition. And then the last character here, you've got Cirrus, the Lord of the Deep. When you exceed, add your continuous boosts to your gauge. After resolving an instant boost, put it into play as a face-down continuous boost that reads +1 power. Now move up to 1. So 2 Symphony of the Deep. Return cards at random from your discard pile to your hand until you have 7 in your hand. Shuffle your discard pile. Silver Shadow ability. Move to any space at range 3 from the opponent. And then 2 Dredge Fury cards. You will disappear beneath the tide. Before, spend up to 3 gauge. For each gauge spent, +2 power. Instead of discarding 1 card spent this way, add it to your hand. Riptide. Both players draw up to 3 cards. Take another action. Okay, so those are some of the special character cards. I'll just set there for now. And then further in here, we've got the rest that come in the box to fully play the game. All right, and so all these are kind of mixed in together. Let's go. First, here's this. He just says Exceed Fighting System. So it's just some extra cards for building the battleground, I imagine. You have, I think, an overview here, maybe, of this character and some of his cards that you'll find. You'll have an action reference and a rules reference. And we've got a bunch of cards. We've got, are these all his? Maybe. I see like, so I see like his character, you know, face right here, right? So some of these are his, some of them as you get down, you go into like hearts and diamonds and these shields or hexagons and stuff like that. So there's going to be some basic cards. I don't know, you know, if that makes up their starting deck, you know, or not. But yeah, Dragon's Fire. I'm just going to hold these out and we're kind of look through them. And of course, since I'm not going to necessarily read every single card in here, but I'll be able to show them so that if you're watching the video, you can slow it down, pause it on any given card, and hopefully be able to read what you need to read. But here's some basic block cards. Spend force for +2 armor. You've got focus. Opponents can't move you, then draw a card. Sweep. Sweep the leg. Hit. The opponent must discard a card at random. The spike. Ignore armor. Ignore guard. The dive. Before. Advance 3. If you moved past the opponent, their attacks don't hit you. Assault. Close 2 before, and then hit. Gain advantage. Then you got cross. Retreat 3, advance up to 3, move the opponent 1 or 2. Okay. Let's see the next group here. You've got your rules reference. You've got an overview of Seijun. So the ink splash and ink spike. X is the number of cards in your hand. So speed and or power. The yokai banishing, draw a card or push 1. Repeat 2 more times. The Inari guidance, you may advance as far as possible. The foxfire, after push 2. The block, when you're hit, spin 2. Okay, focus, sweep. Yep, and there's all your basics, right, like we looked at. Let's go through the next character. All right, you got your rules reference. You have the overview for Cirrus and his cards. You've got the title Whirl and the Siren Call. If the opponent is stunned, pull until they are at range 2. Hit, push, or pull 1. Treasure Hunter, push 3, and the opponent discards a card from their gauge. Add the top card of your discard pile to your gauge. Aria of the Winds. Albatross Talon. I do like the artwork in the game. It's very stylish. It's very colorful. The cards are nice quality. It's overall a pretty good production. And if you're looking for a really interesting, kind of pretty neat fighting game, like in a card game that you can just get without having to buy like packs after packs, you know, I think that's a really cool. It looks really cool. I would definitely want to try it. The Mantis Strike, the Bug Zapper. Yeah, that's right. She's electricity. So, Downburst, the Firefly Gunner, the Talon Sweep. Okay, excellent. So here you go. Those are your decks that you can put into these boxes that you can keep in here and pull out and play, you know, one-on-one. Just look at this poster of the rules there. And you should be good to go with your special cards. Now, of course, the foils are always really cool to look at, you know. But yeah, this looks really cool. I'm excited to try it. If you are too, let me know in the comments. Again, this is Exceed Fighting System 7th Cross, Guardians versus Myths. On the channel, if you want to stick around, we have a lot more content, including unboxings, but mostly a lot of tutorials and news that we do. We have a podcast, so hit subscribe, leave me a comment, and stick around. I'll see you in the next video. I've been Jared. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.